Start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Right behind you there. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you, and thank you, Paul. Turn it on my mic. So we'll call this meeting of the Merrimack Community Choice Aggregation Committee to order. We have a really short agenda tonight, basically to go over, I didn't even print it out, so to go over what we have here to see if there's any other changes or adjustments that we want to be able to make, and to propose to go forward with. We need to go to the town council and then go to the public hearings, or
I would,
or do we
because
wanna go
we're on
ahead?
such a tight schedule, I'd say we'd probably end up going on the 8th and the 15th for 2 public hearings.
Okay.
That we have to go, and those are the same nights the council meets, unless the committee wants to do it on a different night. But I really don't see the need to do it on a different night myself, and just have it on those nights, and we'll just do the public hearing in this way.
It's going to be an agenda item on the.
We
Public
could,
hearing agenda item.
we could do it one of 2 ways. I'm sorry, I'm trying to shut my phone off. We could do it one of 2 ways. We can actually have the public hearing, and that's, I was gonna ask Stuart for next steps really, is we could have the public hearing before the council meeting, like at 6:30. And then invite the council to both of those public hearings. But the second one on the 15th would definitely be an agenda item on the town council, because they would vote to move it to the warrant.
Oh, sure.
So the first one is, which would be the 8th, would, I don't know if we, Stuart, you've done this in Hampton and other places. How have they done this?
So the format of the public hearings is I would, at the pleasure of this committee, I'd be happy to do a brief presentation about the aggregation program, what it is, try to target 10 or 12 minutes in length. Just an overview description, allow for public comment.
So we can do that as an agenda item with the town council then. Just
On both
and both
public
yeah.
hearings, okay.
I have 2 questions. Well, one is a comment. This is February, on a Thursday, which most likely we will have a session that on the both of those Thursdays. And we generally tend to go till about 6. It depends on what happens during sessions. And my question is, if we're making changes, does this document have to be resubmitted to be approved by the PUC?
This document would have to be
It would have-
submitted anyways, no matter what we do.
Okay, thank you.
And that just solidifies doing it at 7 o'clock public hearing. So it gives you time maybe to get down. And if you're not there, the town council can always push the public hearing till later, till everybody's there.
We're having session every single Thursday, so I don't think we're going to go very late, because we're having four sessions in a row in February.
Your mic is on, but
Yeah.
it might not be easy to hear.
Sorry. We'll see. We'll have to see how it plays.
Just to let
Go
you
ahead.
know, there was one time we had only 4 bills, and we met, and we were wondering, why are we meeting for 4 bills? We were there till 5 p.m. So you just never know. It depends on what we're
Yep.
voting on. And
Fair
We,
enough.
we understand. We
Yeah.
understand.
We were talking about welfare last night for an hour and a half, so, I mean, I know what you mean. We didn't realize that was gonna be that big a discussion, $200,000 budget. The less it is, the more time it takes sometimes. Anyway, let's take a look at this guy first before we make any decisions on plans, where we are with this aggregation plan that we would be presenting to the PUC and the public. If you, hopefully everybody had a chance to take a look through it and see if there were. You don't have a printed copy? Yeah.
I can go make copies of them.
Okay, I printed one out
Yeah, I can go
about
make
a half an
copies
hour
right now.
ago. So
Do the copies include the annotated edits, or just
Yeah, when I track the changes, I can print them.
okay?
I have this much. I don't know if that's.
I can print off of them.
You want to see the annotated edits, or
I just want to see where the edits were made. Yeah. So,
Try looking at that. It may or may not have sufficient information on it. Anyway, I thought it came out looking really good. There was just one situation where a capitalized M should have been put in on page 6 under the level 5 consultants, the bullet list there. The first, everything was capitalized except the first one. But that's all I saw in it. I don't know if anybody had any other thoughts.
The only thing I saw is PUC. On my phone, I don't know the page number, but I think when I was looking on my computer, it's page 20, the acronym
There are
PUC
not
for.
20 pages. There's only
Public
16.
Utilities
Oh.
Commission.
Do you know
It's-
what page that is?
Oh, no, but PUC stands for.
yeah,
Yeah,
Public
but
Utility-
it
should
It's
be
not
defined.
capitalized.
It should
Oh,
have been
oh, oh.
capitalized, yeah. So it's on page 11, midway through,
Okay.
underneath section C. The first paragraph after the
Yeah.
bulleted list.
I think that needs to be a global change, because on page 11, it's defined, and then.
All the rest of the way is
Yeah,
not.
it's
okay,
capital P, little u, little c.
Yeah, actually, so if I could clarify that. So at the top of page 14 in mine, the PUC is actually, it's a specific reference to a utility commission rule, which is PUC 2000. So Public Utility Commission is defined earlier in the document. That's already accomplished. So this original sentence is making two references. It references RSA 363, and it's also referencing PUC 2000, which is a utility commission rule. So this is a reference.
So then the parentheses should be.
It should be removed.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. That makes sense then.
So the committee can either leave it as was originally written, or if you prefer the clarification around PUC 2000, then we could rewrite this to say in Public Utility Commission Rule PUC 2000, whichever you prefer.
That sounds good.
Okay.
To me.
That makes sense.
Are there other places where PUC is called out, or?
I mean, I can double check, but when it was drafted, I was trying to be careful that, PUC was, it's defined somewhere early on in the document, and that's used throughout.
Okay, I didn't happen to notice that. I just saw the PUC 2000 reference and the way it was put in there. It makes sense to adjust it the way you had said.
I had, if I may, I had one other
Sure.
item, just one other. And give me a moment to find it. I'm near the top of page 10. So the first sentence here following the bullets, the consultant will work with the town to prepare a standard form electric service agreement to be signed by the selected supplier in the town.
Page 10 is different than mine, so.
Oh,
My page 10 is
I know,
also
which is
different.
different than this one too.
I was wondering if I had two pages stuck together.
No, I think it just got different formatting. So you're under program management of 7 operations?
this is
No,
a,
section.
so this is 6A.
6A,
That's our page 8.
page 8, yeah.
Okay.
Well, he started his pages on the table of contents,
Oh, okay.
so the title page is 0, which is part of what's messing us up. And so you're suggesting,
So the original sentence, and here, this is important because here is where we're defining what ESA means, the acronym. And so the intent of the sentence is to define the ESA as the electric service agreement that is signed by the supplier in the town. So it's a specific contract that's signed by the supplier in the town. So I guess my suggestion would be to remove the edits and put it back to the way it was, rather than have ESA, two parenthetical ESA references twice.
Right. So which one do you want to remove, the in the parentheses?
I want to remove this ESA and also the capitalization.
Why the capitalization?
Well, okay, it's it's an electric service agreement. It's not otherwise capitalized or defined, capital E, capital S, capital A. We're just talking generically about an electric service agreement signed by the supplier in the town. That specific agreement is referred to throughout this document as the ESA.
Okay. So you're saying that the first one is referring to a standard form, and by the time the supplier in the town sign it, it's the
Right.
official
Right.
document.
Right.
Is that clear enough with that, the ESA at the end there? Or does that need to have? No, what anybody else thinks?
You're recommending is put it back to small e, small s, small a.
Yeah, put it back the way it was.
Take
I mean,
ESA
this,
out.
this,
The ESA
yeah,
out
this is
because you
based on
have
my
the
experience
ESA
doing
in quotes
contracts.
at the
Yeah.
end.
Can reject that change. Unless somebody, I don't have a problem with that.
I don't have a problem with that either. I will say, I don't know. Are you keeping the master from? I know.
I gave him the master. to
Okay,
keep.
so because we made changes while you were printing, and
Okay.
so I just want to make sure that those stay captured. So
Yeah, he's
okay.
keeping, he has the
Yep.
master now.
Got it. Thanks.
So
And I
you're
have.
you're gonna
I
take out
agree
the
with
ESA
Stuart.
in parentheses? Oh, okay. Great, thank you.
That was the only other thing I wanted to highlight.
Okay. Wendy?
I found just 3 tiny edits in what you had me go through. Like 2 capitalizations, and I think there was something else.
Did you mark them or something?
I
or-
did. In a black pen.
Okay, the first one on page 6, we already talked about.
Okay.
And then on page 11, under C, the last entry of the bulleted items.
Actually, you
C
should
is
get
part
rid of,
Section 7.
it
so-
should just be quantity. It should start with quantity to match the other. So quantity and time of each customer instead
Yeah,
of
so down a little further under C,
the last
Next
bulleted
one.
item.
next,
Keep going down, keep going down.
right there. The last one should just say quantity instead of the quantity.
And cap quantity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I think there was one other one.
That was the 2, oh, okay. And on the page 12, which is under section B8 for funding,
Well, well,
the first line of the bulleted items, you're saying to take out at least, just use the same degree of care.
correct.
Yeah, I mean, that goes along with the other small edits we've made, so. You don't have the bulleting that we do.
Under funding,
Keep, no, go up,
go
go
up.
up.
No,
It's right there. Keep going up, keep going up, keep going up,
what do you mean there's another
keep
8?
going up. Right there, right there. Use, take out at least.
Use the same degree. The first
Did I get the
bulleted
first
item.
bullet backwards or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
did,
let-
sorry.
Yeah.
Yep,
All right. That's all I have. Somebody did a good job.
Yeah, I did.
You did it?
You did. Yes. Thank you, Paul.
Well, thank you.
I noticed that everywhere it says opt out, it's no longer, it says opt out, it's a capital
I
O,
think-
with the
I think he did a blanket change, so any of the lowercase ones and the uppercase ones all got scratched out and put back in with uppercase.
uppercase with a dash, opt
Hyphen,
out.
yeah.
Because I looked up opt out on DuckDuckGo and it says opt as one word and out as one word, and this is a hyphenated word. So,
Yeah. Opt out, opt dash, out.
yeah,
You
why
think it
is
should
there?
be one word instead
Well,
of
when I looked
hyphenated?
it up, because I'm like, why is that change? I looked it up and I don't see it here as a hyphenated word. It's just two words, opt out.
Oh, well, it just makes it, I think it makes it a little clearer that it's a phrase that you're trying to, I mean, you can say opt out and opt in, but that just looks like it's a thing you can do if you keep it together as opposed to two separate words. And so it comes across clearer to me that way. I'm sure you can do it any way you want. but-
Okay, I'm just asking.
Yep, I think that's the better way personally.
Says opt in or opt out without a hyphen as a verb, or add a
Exactly. And
hyphen
this is a noun.
as an objective form of opt in and opt out.
Yeah, which I think is what we're trying to suggest here. Something you can do.
I want this. I'm going to take this video to my English teacher. And see,
did
say,
a
I
good
did
job,
learn
Paul."
something. I did learn something.
Okay. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that. Any other thoughts anybody has? I think it looks very clean and
The
readable.
the only question I had was when I was doing this, and I didn't change it. It was on page 11. It's kilowatt. The W was capitalized. Is that normal?
That's standard, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't change it because I was like, okay,
Yep.
no. all right.
Yeah, kilowatt hour.
Yeah.
which is-
And I noticed it a couple other times, so that's why I didn't change. I'm like, okay, it must be.
And just below that, we've modified slightly the Public Utility Commission so that the PUC 2000 is together.
Yeah.
Because that's the document, the PUC 2000.
Yeah. Yeah. So you moved PUC to the.
I think we put it inside the parentheses.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anyway,
Public Utility Commission rule UC 2000.
oh,
You-
that's right.
You
we
don't
added the
have your
word rule.
mic on. But it, in parentheses, it says PUC, but it reads PUC because it's not capitalized. Does that
Well,
matter?
what,
Yeah.
can you go back to that
It's
section?
right there.
Oh,
Yeah, so
that's what he
Right.
changed it to.
So we took the puck out of the parentheses because it is PUC 2000, and
And that's the way the document is
Yeah.
defined.
we just clarified that it's a rule.
Okay. Yep. That's fine. That's now. Does to Janine's question? Does PUC need to? The U and the C need to be capitalized as well? Or no.
No,
That's how it is.
that's the capitalization that the commission uses for its
Okay.
rules. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Which works good.
Is there significance between the red and blue edits?
No,
The
just-
reds are happening right now and the blues were done
right. Blue,
2
yeah,
days ago.
yeah. Blue or what Paul did.
Paul
The
did.
red is what I'm doing tonight. And then some
Oh,
of the
in the
red
document, the red
Yeah.
edits means a delete. The blue is the new.
Got it. Okay. Thank
In
you.
the document
Oh.
itself.
In the
If
document.
I
not-
delete something, it shows red. Up there, the edits he's making shows a different color red.
Okay.
Mine was more like a maroon.
Yeah, yes, yours are more maroon. And the blue is not really blue, it's sort of
Cyan or
slate gray blue.
that's a printer thing.
Mm.
Or something. So I guess we're looking for kind of final comments on whether we're comfortable with this, whether we think we should move forward or ready to move forward. The next step is public hearings and approval by the town council to put it on the ballot. So any comments, committee at this point?
Can I ask a question?
Just give me a second.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Any other comments directly from the committee? Seeing none.
Well, just that all of my questions have been answered and all the edits that I thought were appropriate were made, so I'm happy with the document.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Now, Karen?
Sorry about that. The public information session then, so it says here that this is more not what's written, but just how it's all gonna work. Do you do any kind of marketing regarding that to the public? It says that the residents are gonna get a notification.
This public information system meeting you're talking about comes after this has been approved by the town. So we have to put this forward, put it on the warrant, get it approved by the town to go forward. Then we'll have public information meetings
Oh,
to
this is
let
after
them know
that.
exactly how it's going to get implemented.
I see.
So we're trying to just accept this program, and
Oh,
then
yeah, okay, so this is not the public hearings that are coming up on the 8th or the 15th. Okay.
right.
For those public hearings, is there any kind of,
We're just going to be able to make public announcements the way we normally do for meetings. We're not going to be doing any mailings or anything of
Anything
that nature, just because that
special?
would cause an
Okay.
expense.
Well, we're gonna put it on Facebook.
We'll put it on Facebook, and like we do all of our meetings, we'll have it as broadly socially identified as we
Police
can.
station sign,
Pardon?
the police station sign.
We'll get the
One of
boards, we'll get
the
the boards
board,
up and
okay.
running when we
Okay.
do something like this, because it is
Okay.
a special public hearing, so to speak.
So the boards along the streets,
Streets, yeah.
the
Yeah, we'll have those up.
the street signs.
Got
Yeah.
that?
Glad to have you here.
Nothing to do. Pay attention.
So Tom, I think we need a motion to move the choice aggregate program plan, choice aggregation plan forward to a public hearing on February 8th.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by and seconded by Andy and seconded by Janine. Sorry, Andy.
I'm sorry, do we need to include the 15th as well, or is that a separate motion?
We'll do that as a separate motion.
Well, wouldn't that be a motion by the town council to move it?
No,
No.
because that would be at
Second
a town council meeting. We're going to just do two public hearings.
I guess we
before-
can do-
and that one will be with the town council there, and if any changes need to be made, we clearly state in here that we plan to listen to the public and pay attention to what they have to say. And so I think we would be prepared to make any changes that were felt to be necessary at that time.
I guess
That
we
makes
could add the 15th as a second public hearing for the 8th, and then and the 5th, excuse me, and the 15th. We can
Are
move
we-
that into
What?
the motion if.
Do we
if-
need to have two before we move it forward, or just two when we finally get it accepted?
It's statutory requirement that you have public hearings, plural. So
Yeah.
towns typically have two.
I mean, I don't think we can have too many at this point, but I don't know how many people will show up either.
Right.
So,
No.
Yeah, let's move them both together, the 8th
Friendly
and the
amendment?
15th.
add
Friendly
that
amendment.
15th.
I have no issue with the amendment. I just want to make sure I'm clear. Is this committee holding the public hearing? Or is the town council holding the public hearing?
It should be this committee.
This committee will be holding the public hearing at a town council meeting.
Okay.
How does that work?
Yeah, good question. I'm thinking about that myself.
Well, just like any other hearing. I mean, you announce what it's about, and then you say, are there any comments from the public?
Well, I know how to do that.
Yeah.
Just wondering, logistically, if we're in a council meeting, do we adjourn the council meeting temporarily in order to have the CCAC meeting run the public hearing? Or do we
Actually,
just-
Oh,
just-
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since we're
Yeah.
a committee of, since
that's
we're
what
a
has me
committee of the
confused.
town
Got it.
council,
Right, like where do they
technically we're
sit?
going back and reporting to the town council the plan
Yeah.
and at both of these. So really, we're giving the town council the public hearing presentation, and the town council can hear input as well. I could find out next week from legal counsel. We might have to do a 7 o'clock before the town council meeting, and then on those days, just have the town council meeting start
Start afterwards.
15 minutes later. Yeah.
So, I was under the impression that it's this committee's responsibility to develop the plan and deliver it to the town council.
Right.
The town council would hold two public hearings and then approve the plan, assuming the public hearings, and that's what That's what I assumed, that it was the town council's responsibility for the public hearings.
Well, like I said, I could find that out.
Okay.
This motion basically says we're gonna hold the 2 public hearings on the 8th and the 15th.
Yeah,
It's a matter of, do we have to hold them separate from the town council, or can we hold them in a council meeting? And that's what I'll find out
Okay.
from legal.
And if necessary, we'll just delay the town council meeting
Meeting
until
those days,
after.
yeah.
So we won't actually convene the town council until after that
After that, yeah,
CCAC, if we do it that way.
right.
And we'll decide that in the next couple of days.
Yeah, Monday I'll get on the phone. Monday, Tuesday actually, yeah, Monday or Tuesday.
so just as a point of order, if you say, for example, that the town council meeting has to start at 7:30 and the hearing is still going, do you start the town council meeting, then suspend it, and then?
No, we just delay them.
You just
start of
delay,
the
okay.
meeting.
Yeah, as you know that you cannot start a meeting early. You can always start a meeting later than the time posted.
But you don't have to start it and then suspend it?
No.
That's what, okay.
And what happens if there's a snowstorm?
Janine,
Bring all
New
babies.
Hampshire,
Yeah,
we'll
um,
deal with it. When we
we'll-
cross that,
postpone
Wear
it to the
boots.
next town
Okay.
council meeting, I guess.
yeah.
There
yeah.
could be a snowstorm.
What we could do in the public hearing notice too is we can put snow dates in there.
That's a good idea.
So
So do we need a new motion?
I
In-
think we just move it to the public hearing on the 8th and 15th. How we present the snow date on it is
Okay,
just regular business.
It's just regular business.
for us in there on something like that. No, it's like our deliberative session is March XYZ and snow date is 2 days later in the public hearing, in the notice.
okay.
And the start time, sorry, 7?
7 o'clock.
Yeah, it would start 7 o'clock.
Okay.
I mean, and if it's a part of the town council, typically the public hearings don't actually start until shortly afterwards. But it would be part of that meeting. Okay.
Technically, we always say 7 o'clock in our
Yep,
public
no,
hearing
I
notices.
understand. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that for
Yeah.
Stuart's benefit. Any other questions or comments on the motion to have public hearings on the 8th and 15th? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstaining? That passes 5-0-0. At this point, I think that kind of covers what we wanted to cover tonight.
Mhm.
Unless there's any other thoughts or questions from anybody.
Mhm.
Just the only thought is that we have had these 3 meetings. We'll get the minutes out. We're just gonna have to reconvene once, one more time to get the minutes approved. And that shouldn't be that long of a meeting. So,
It could maybe be a quick meeting before or after the public hearing.
correct.
But you said that this committee stays in place during the entire process? We're just not meeting, right?
This committee is going to help to promote the program. And so we'll still be a
A committee,
committee.
right. So we're not
And
being
so-
disbanded.
I'm expecting us to be involved in any future public hearings that we have with it, to try and promote it to the town, to get a positive vote.
Mm-hmm.
But then once it gets approved by the town, we need to refigure out exactly how we're going to move forward with, whether it's the town council directly, which is what the plan says, or whether the town council wants to get a committee of some sort together to oversee, or a subcommittee to monitor the program and keep it running.
I think that would be a good thing to do.
Okay, so is there anything else? Nothing else? We'd look to adjourn?
Sure. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn from Wendy, seconded by Janine, because I saw you shaking your head.
yeah.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? That passes 5-0-0. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your weekend.